Hello, my dear lovely students. How are you all? I hope your preparation going on awesome because tomorrow you have biology board exam. So I, Rajni Mamgai, welcome you here, and today we will discuss all the hacks and strategy for the board biology exam to get the full marks in each subjective answers, right? So I'm just sharing everything with you, so you will just listen to me, and after that you will practice previous year question and revise your notes, and then you will take a good sleep, right? So let's see what exactly you have to do the last day to get the full marks in biology, how to write down the answers, right? So first of all, we know we have all these units in our 12th class, as you guys know, and you have to listen to me carefully because whatever I'm telling you, after that, you will be having the idea that what kind of question they are going to ask you tomorrow, what would be their pattern, because I have brought a lot of the analysis for you guys, right? So what kind of question they have asked in 21, 22, 23, and from the CBSE sample papers, I have taken the conclusion, I have taken the analysis that's gonna help you a lot this last day. So listen to me carefully, right? Don't skip the video and see. First unit is reproduction, which carries 16 marks weightage. Another is genetics and evolution, 20 marks. So out of all the units, this unit is super important. So I hope you have done it well. Biology and human welfare, 12 marks, very small chapter. And you have to just, remember a lot of things in this chapter, and it's free marks, I would say, right? Biotechnology and the other application part. So this unit has two chapters, biotechnology principal processes and application, which carry 12 marks weightage. And ecology environment, the last unit, carry 10 marks. That is again giving you free, right? So because we know this is the easiest and basic chapters. So but just see, this is the weightage, right? Chapter wise, unit wise weightage, and you will be getting 70 out of 70 if you prepare well if you have prepared well for these chapters, right? So let me take you ahead what kind of question they are going to ask you tomorrow, right? So generally, if we see the analysis of the paper that I will show you, right, on the basis of the last year, on the basis of the CBSE sample paper this year also, right? So we know they have asked demonstrate knowledge and understanding type of question, 50% weightage of such questions. 30% question they are asking from the application part, application of knowledge and concepts. So suppose they will be asking you that if abortion happens, spontaneous abortion happen, there is, after pregnancy, right? Then which hormone will decrease down? So, progesterone is responsible for pregnancy. If this progesterone lower down after implantation, then what will happen? There will be no pregnancy, abortion will happen. So that means they can ask you some concept-based question, application-based questions, right? They can ask you some numericals from the genetics part, from the genetics part, right? Because if you see NCERT properly, they have given question there, which is again the mathematics-based question, calculation-based question. So they can ask you such concepts, right? Analysis, evaluate, and create. So 20% weightage from this part itself, right? So let me tell you what are these type of question. So we know that they will be asking you very short answer type question, MCQ type question, right? MCQ has assertion reason type question, short answer, long answers. And then they have the source based, case based study, passage based, integrated assessment. So these type of question they're asking you in the exam, right? And you will be given internal choices. So total question would be 33. 33 question would be there in your question paper. And in some question, you would be having internal choices. So they won't give you 36 question and you have to attempt 33. No, they will be giving you internal choices in some question, right? Suppose question number 29, they have given one question or the other question. So you have to attempt, one out of that you must have done in your CBSE sample papers also, right? So next, demonstrate knowledge and understanding, which contain 50% weightage in whole question paper. So what are these kind of questions, right? So these questions, they will be asking you to define something, state all the names or list, make the list, identify something, define something, suggest, describe, summarize, right? So they will be asking you such question in the demonstrate knowledge in this category, right? And application of knowledge means they will be asking you to calculate something, to illustrate something, to show, adapt, explain, distinguish. So means they are asking you the application of the concepts. So that means your concept should be very clear before you go to the exam. And I hope you guys have made your notes, you properly have read the NCERT, right? Next, analysis, evaluate and create type question. They will be asking you to interpret something, analyze something, compare, contrast something, some statements, right? Examine, evaluate, discuss, construct. So they can ask you any type of form in the analysis, evaluate and in create, right? So I hope you guys have already done the CBSE sample papers, and if you have not solved it so far, you still have one day. So see what kind of questions CBSE has given this year, right? And I'll be giving you the interpretation of all the question papers that they have asked in 22, 23 and sample question papers that I have seen. So whatever sample paper CBSE has updated in the in their website, I have taken the analysis from that website itself, right? So that means sexual reproduction in flowering plants. That is your first chapter of this unit, reproduction. And in 2022, 2022, they have given this question, 9 marks question from this chapter alone. So one was assertion reason. So it was from sample question paper, right? And this was the actual 2023 paper. So this analysis of 23 paper, and this was their, sample paper. And this is our sample paper of 2024. And we will see how exactly it's similar to the actual paper that you are going to see tomorrow, right? So see, they have asked 9 questions in the sample papers in 2023, right? 22-23 session. And actual exam has approximately 12. So that means all in all having the same weightage, right? Or it was having bit high weightage. So they have asked 10 questions in sample question papers in 2023, and actual exams has 11 questions from this chapter, approximately same type of question, approximately same question they have asked as the sample paper. Next, if we see this chapter, that is the reproductive health, they have asked 2 questions, 2 MCQ type question, and in the actual paper they have given the 4 marks weightage to these chapters. So they have asked 1 short answer type, 1 MCQ type question. Next, if we see the sample paper this time for this chapter, so this was the weightage, right? So you can see the weightage of the sample papers of this year. Principal basis of inheritance, in sample paper they have asked 7 questions, 1 assertion reason, 1 very short, 1 case based study question. And in actual exam they have asked 10 questions. So that means approximately all in all, plus 3, minus 3 they are asking, right? So 1 MCQ, 1 assertion reason, 1 short answer, 1 long answer. So this type of pattern they have asked in 2023. And in 2024 sample papers, they have asked 12 questions from this chapter. So that means this year they are going to give you more questions from this chapter itself, right? Now next analysis, next chapter analysis is molecular basis of inheritance. So they have asked 9 questions, again plus 2 minus 3 type of, right? So that means they have asked 11 questions in actual exam, and that was 1 2 MCQ, 1 case based study, 1 long answer. And this year they have asked 8 questions. Now you expect at least 9 to 10 questions in the actual exam, or perhaps 11 plus 3 minus 3. You take plus 3 minus 3 plus 2 minus 2, right? So just see this type of question in sample papers they have asked. If we see evolution, they have asked 4 questions, 1 MCQ, 1 short answer in their sample papers of 2023. In actual exam, they have asked 4 questions from this chapter itself, and in the same pattern, right? And again, this time they have asked 5 questions from this chapter, 2 MCQ, 1 short answer. So you expect at least 5-6 questions from this chapter itself, right? Now, human health and disease, 11 questions they have asked in sample papers, and actual exam has 8 questions. So that means, yeah, all in all, approximately similar, right? Plus 3 minus 3. So this time they have asked 8 questions. You expect plus 2, plus 3 or similar question from this unit itself, right? Next, microbes and human welfare. They have asked 1 question in their sample paper, 4 questions in actual paper, and that too short type, MCQ and short type. And this year in MCQ, in the sample paper 2024, they have asked 1 short answer, 1 MCQ. Again, this chapter has more MCQ and short answer type question they are asking from past year. And then when we see the sample papers of 23, they have asked 11 questions from the biotechnology principle and processes. Actual exam had these 7 questions, right? That to 2 MCQ, 1 very short and 1 short answer type question. So means this pattern was similar. Next, this time they have asked 1 case-based study, 1 MCQ, 1 very short answer, 7 marks weightage. So you just again imagine, do plus 3 minus 3 from this chapter, not minus 3, but yeah, this chapter would be having more weightage this year. Next chapter is the biotechnology and its applications. So as per sample papers, they had asked 6 questions, and in actual exam, they have asked 2 questions. And then this time they have asked 5 questions. Now you can do plus 2 minus 2 question they are asking you from this chapter. And this was the pattern, typology of the question. Organism and population, they have asked 3 questions in the sample papers, 2 MCQ, 1 assertion reason, and 2 actual exam had 2 questions. And this time they have asked 4 marks question, 1 case based study from the sample paper itself, right? Ecosystem, 3 marks question in the sample paper. Actual exam had 2 marks question. And this year they have asked 3 marks question in the sample paper. Now again you imagine the weightage of the marks, right? So we just see biodiversity and conservation. Last year 4 in sample papers, 6 marks question in the actual exam. That to case based study and very short time. And this time they have asked 3 short answer type questions. So you can imagine that what kind of question, what kind of weightage these chapter would be having. So I hope that your mind is well prepared for exam, right? For the board exam that you are having tomorrow. So all the best. And now you have get the insight that what kind of and what is the weightage of each chapter. So it's going to help you a lot ahead. No? So just stay with me. And it's my promise, if you are following this, in the last day, you definitely gonna, rock your exam tomorrow. So bacha, when you are going for the exam tomorrow, I would say, what is important is how you write your answers, right? So make sure that you write your answers beautifully. And how to write down the beautiful answer. So see, first of all, you have to, if they are asking you, you to write down the answers, right? So make sure that you are giving answer in the point form. You are writing all the things, all the key points, all the key words from the answers in the point form. Next, you have to, wherever required, you have to make the well labeled diagram. That is very important. And if there is any flow chart, you can draw the flow chart. Suppose they will be asking you the role of hormone in the male reproductive system or for the spermatogenesis or generally in male reproductive system, right? So you'll be writing it in the flow chart form. So you will be writing that, hypothalamus will be secreting gonadotropin releasing hormone, right? And then you will be writing this will act on testes. And obviously testes has 2 cells. One is they will be asking on anterior pituitary gland, right? So anterior pituitary gland. And anterior pituitary gland will be secreting 2 hormone. That is the LH and FSH. LH act on Leydig cell, FSH act on Sertoli cell of testes. So these 2 hormones act on gonads. We know both of these will act on gonads. And which cell of gonads that you must have done in your notes, right? So LH will act on Leydig cell of the testes. And FSH will act on Sertoli cell of the testes. And then you will write down the function of the Leydig cell. It secrete androgen, right? So you will write down that when it act on Leydig cell will secrete androgen and mainly testosterone, right? So what is the main sex hormone, male sex hormone? It's testosterone. And you will be writing down in the flow chart its function also. So I'm just giving you example, right? How to write down answer in the flow chart form, in the diagram form, in the point to make it so super, presentable to the teacher. So teacher would be like, oh, this kid has written all the thing. So that means this kid know everything about the concept. So you definitely will get the full marks, and make sure that you make the well labeled clear diagram. Your writing should be very clear, right? So make sure that you are writing very clear so that it will be. And whenever you're writing your answer, make sure you use the color pen or you use the black pen or you highlight your important keywords, right? So highlight your important keywords. If you're following all these things in all the answers, no, I would say that your answer would be self-explanatory to the teacher, and they will be giving you full marks. That they would get to know that yeah, this student know the concept, and that's why this student has written this beautiful presentation of the answer, right? So you will be highlighting keywords also. So if you are doing all this thing in your exam, in your subjective questions, you will definitely get the full marks. That's my promise to you all. So are you going to write down your answer this way? Yes, you would definitely do that. And today you will at least practice the sample papers, and you will do the practice the sample paper in these forms. You will write down answer in these form itself, right? Now let me take you ahead. I have given you example also, right? How to write down the answer. Now what are the things that you have to keep in the head while you are going for the exam, right? So first of all, make sure that you double check the admit card before heading to the exam center, which is again very important. And sometimes students are in hurry and they forget admit card at home. No, don't do that, right? So it will make you panic. Second, stationery. Make sure that you use the transparent, you take the transparent pouches, transparent geometry, that bag, transparent bag, and keep all your stationery there in the bag, right? So you have to keep all this thing with you, carry the spare pens also, whatever pen you use. Make sure you are taking the 2-3 extra pens with you, even pencils with you, to make the draw the diagram beautifully or clearly, right? And erasers and sharpener, whatever you required. And make sure you are taking your this transparent water bottle with you to stay hydrated, or in order to be focused. Next, you can just wear the mechanical watch, not the smart watch. Don't take smart watch in the class, right, in the room. Next, arrive early at the examination center, at least 30 hours early the examination center, so that there would be very smooth entry of yours, right? Read the instruction carefully in the paper. That is very important. Manage your time. So you are having the section A, B, C, D, E. So read the question first. And if you are comfortable with the section B, so start with the section B. If you are comfortable with the section E, start with the section. If you are comfortable with A, start with the A. So make sure, and you don't have to be panicked. So suppose you have seen some question which are very difficult, right? And you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know this answer. So you don't have to be panicked. So just start with the session which you find easier, right? So start with the section that you find easier. That would be again important. So don't panic if you find this paper difficult. So just remind yourself that if you're finding it difficult, other kids would be finding it difficult, right? It would be difficult for all. So you have to take the deep breath and then start with the section that you find easier. So don't have to panic seeing the difficult paper, because if it is difficult, it would be for all, right? So just close your eyes, take the deep breath, and then start attempting this section that you are finding easier, so that it will be boosting up your confidence, right? So don't lose confidence by seeing the question paper difficult, because if it's difficult, it would be for everyone, right? So just take the deep breath and start writing from the section that you find easier, right? Next, start with your strength, that you feel that you are strongest at this section. You would be going to rock in this section. So start with that section itself, right? It will boost up your confidence if exam is tough. And answer clearly and neatly. I already have told you that you will be writing subheadings very, very neatly, very cleanly. You will be writing subheadings. You are writing the bullets for clarity, means points for the clarity, right? In order to get the more marks. So I have told you how to get the more marks. I have given you all the points, and that you are following. Write down in the comment box, are you following it? Yes, you will definitely get the full marks in those answers if you are presenting it beautifully. Start with the margins on both sides. This set a structured format for your answers and make your paper presentable. You will be fetching more marks if your paper is presentable. It's the art of getting marks, art of fetching marks by just making it so presentable to the teacher. And it has impact. Trust me, it has impact, right? So, during my boards, I have got 90 plus marks in the biology. And how did I got that? How did I get that marks? Because I was presenting the answers beautifully. And trust me, presentation does matter in your exam, right? In your this subjective exam. Don't spend too much time on one question. If you feel that it's time consuming, it's, I don't have any idea about this question, just leave some pages for that. and then proceed with the other question. Don't waste your much time on one question. You can just come back to that question after you attempt all the, after you are done with all the things, right? So please don't waste your time on one question. If you find it challenging, time consuming, you can just go to the other part. You can do that question first. You can write down the answer first of other questions and then revisit to this question to attempt, right? Next is use the pencil to draw the diagram and make sure that it is dark and easily readable. So make sure that you are just labeling everything clearly. You are making diagrams very beautifully with the pencil only. Attempt all questions. That is again very important. If unsure, attempt all the questions. There is no negative mark in CBSE exam. Yes. So if there is no negative marks, you have to whatever concept you have in the head about those topics, just write down in the answers. So you will not get the negative marks to write down the answer. So make sure you attempting all the questions, you are writing the answer of all the questions, right? So bacha, these are the basic things that you have to follow tomorrow. And you know what? All questions are compulsory. This is the general instruction before all the questions. And you have to attempt all the 33 questions. There is no negative marking, so don't leave any question. Question paper has 5 sections, as you know, A, B, C, D, E, as I have told you, and which contain 33 questions with internal choices, right? And all 33 are compulsory. So section A has 16 questions, 1 mark each. Section B has 5 questions, 2 marks each. Section C has 7 questions, 3 marks each. D has 2 case-based study questions, 4 marks each. And section E has 3 questions of 5 marks each. So this is how you have to, you have to start from the section, whatever section you feel easier, right? There's no overall choices. So you have 33 questions. You have to attempt all the 33, but you have internal choices, as I have told you, right? So internal choices will be provided to you, and student has to attempt only one of the alternative in such questions. Whenever necessary, neat and properly labeled diagram should be drawn, flow chart, point form. As I have told you, I'm emphasizing on these points because presentation does matter. And I am sure that you guys are following all these things while you are going for exam tomorrow, and you're gonna rock. I know you will get the full marks. So today, what's your homework? What's your task? So after watching this video, you will solve CBSE sample papers and you will write down answer in the point form, in the flowchart form if it's required, or if there is any flowchart form you can form, right? You can make in the paper. You will be writing, you will be drawing beautiful diagram wherever required, wherever necessary, or wherever you feel you can draw it. And just write down it in beautiful point form. So that is again very important. Second thing, you will be revising your notes again. So revise your notes. You don't have to search the new content, that let me search all the new content. No, you don't have to go to the new content. Whatever content you have, whatever you have done so far, just revise it time and again. See the NCERT, all the diagrams, see their labeling, right? So just practice it, write it. Or if you are forgetting any examples, any names, so just write down, speak and write, speak and write, speak and write. So this is how you have to utilize your time today, right? So revise it 5 times or 3 times or whatever you feel convenient, right? And then how you are revising, if you are forgetting something, make sure you are writing it also. You are speaking it loud, you are writing it, you are practicing it till your 3, 4, 5 times, right? So you will be able to grasp all the things, practice all the diagram and make the easiest diagram. You don't have to be artist there. Just make the easiest diagram, draw it, label it very, very properly, and that's all whatever required, right? And why I'm asking you to use the pencil, because if you are making with the pen, if you are making diagram with the pen, you cannot erase it, and if you have done any mistake, you have to just cut it and make your paper so messy. So don't use your pen while you're making the diagrams, right? So bacha, revise your notes, do the CBSE sample papers and previous year questions if you can do. So you can revise all these 3 things, and all the best for your exams. You're gonna rock. So I'm sure you're gonna follow all the things and all the best, right? So don't be disheartened if you find the paper very tough, because I'm telling you it would be tough for all the kids, right? So you have to just keep your cool that time. So just keep yourself cool, keep yourself calm by taking the deep breath, 5 deep breath, and then start attempting the section that you are finding easier. And then, if you find paper so easy, don't be overconfident. Again, you have to calm down yourself and start writing your answer. All the best, kids. Just rock your answer and rock your paper tomorrow. And my blessings are always with you. I'm sure that you're gonna do wonder in exam tomorrow. All the best. So if you are having an issue, write down in the comment box. I will be active throughout the chat today for you guys only. Have a great day, Vita.